Hello, I'm Nagomi from WA Accounting. Today, I'd like to talk about a topic that often comes up for non-permanent residents living in Japan. Can medical expenses paid abroad be claimed as a deduction when filing Japanese tax return? Using a specific case as an example, I'd explain what the medical expense deduction is, important points to keep in mind, and the documents that need to be submitted when filing your tax return in Japan. 1. What is a medical expense deduction? Let's start with the basics. The medical expense deduction allows residents to deduct medical expenses from their taxable income if the total amount of medical expenses paid during the year for themselves or for their spouse or relatives who share the same livelihood exceed a certain qualifying amount. For more details on who qualifies as a resident, please refer to the relevant guidance or article. 2. Unpaid medical expenses. Now let's look at how timing affects the deduction. Only medical expenses that have actually been paid during the relevant year are eligible for the deduction. Unpaid medical expenses can only be claimed in the year in which they are actually paid. So it's important to check when the payment was made, not just when the treatment occurred. 3. Required attachments. Next, let's go over what documents you'll need. When filing your final tax return, you must submit a medical expense deduction statement along with it. Be sure to keep receipt and other records in case they are needed for verification. Conclusion. What about medical expenses paid abroad? Finally, let's return to the case in question. I, as a non-permanent resident, paid medical expenses at a hospital in the UK while visiting home. Are these expenses eligible for deduction? The answer is yes. Medical expense deductions are not limited to expenses paid within Japan, so medical expenses paid abroad, such as those paid in the UK, may also be eligible as long as the other requirements are met. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this explanation has helped clarify how overseas medical expenses can be handled in the Japanese tax return. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out.